So it was Edmund Bacon that said the building of cities is one of man's greatest achievements. But it was Plato, long before him, that said our object in the construction of the state is the greatest happiness of the whole and not that of any one class. How do we ensure the greatest happiness of the whole in a city? Urban planning. Prepare for this stuff. We're going to plan for long-term growth of an area. Now, why do this? We want to preserve public health, safety, welfare of all involved. We're going to make sure that if you're developing an area that's compatible with the area next to you, that you have provide access to air, light, access, open space. You want to protect the environment, the actual natural environment that's around it, any historic resources. You don't want any traffic congestion. You want to enhance the streetscape, enhance the pedestrian environment. How do you plan for all of these things? All of this stuff is usually regulated by the municipalities, which means the towns, the cities, the counties themselves, that's in charge of this space. So those types of land use regulations were often called ordinances. Now these may regulate a variety of aspects, whether it's the allowed use of the property, building sizes, lot sizes, access, parking lots, how close you can build to a property line. This is called the setback, what you can do for landscaping, lots of different stuff. So usually this is accomplished through zoning, which means basically zoning tells you what is the permitted use of designated areas tied to certain places on a map. So if you take a look, this is Noblesville, Indiana. This is a zoning map for Noblesville, Indiana. And you see all these different colors. All these different colors are different zones on that map. And that breaks into a variety of different things. So this is the legend for that map, zoomed in on the bottom there. You usually see those together. Now, all these have different rules to different areas, and there's actually breakdowns. It usually breaks down into residential, commercial, industrial, conservation lands, scenic vistas, recreational. But even within those, like within the commercial, there's 5 different commercial districts in Noblesville alone. That's local business, general business, downtown, planned business, business planned development. All of those have different rules and regulations that go with each one, so that the town and the city itself promotes the best welfare for all involved. Now, the development in each zone, like we said, is talked about in very specific things. So, and here we have a picture of high-density single-family residential zones. So what kind of requirements were we talking about there? Well, there's a minimum lot area, 6,000 square feet. There's a minimum lot width, 60 feet. Right? So you can't build a house or put a house on something that's too small to actually have a house on it. They have a max building height. Buildings cannot be constructed within 5 feet of the property line, so you're not right on top of your neighbor. They have minimum square footages for the home. In this one, it's 800 square feet. Impervious surface areas, so sidewalks, driveways, any concrete area, can only be 30% of the lot. All the homes need to be tied into the municipal sanitary sewer system, and many, many more things like that to ensure what the neighborhood is going to be like so that developers coming in don't go and do their own thing. Now, most of these codes and ordinances, you're going to find they're all publicly available online through a local municipal site, through the town, unicode.com, or amlegal.com. A lot of the Noblesville ones we'll be looking at are on AM Legal. And even the ones that are local, most of them are based on the International Building Code. This one's from 2012. So the Indiana Building Code specifically for buildings, more than just the residential code for houses, but for commercial applications in the building code, that's actually based on the International Building Code from 2012. So that's what we'll be referencing and looking at when we do that. The next video we'll talk about the International Building Code and some of the classifications thereof.